been searching down every dead end road. The only treasure it's brought me ain't nothing but fools.
What's up, guys? It's been a while, I know. I've been all sorts of busy with the normal busyness of life and with the house, with the family, with my normal job, my 9 to 5. And it's just I haven't had a chance to forge. And it's still cold here in upstate New York. Winter does not want to seem to leave. But as you can see, you know, we're still looking at pretty frozen quench tank. With all that being said, I still I gotta forge something. I mean, I'm preparing for all sorts of tooling upgrades. I bought a couple of vices, a couple of blacksmith vices for a great deal online. I'm gonna do a restoration on those pretty soon. I still need to dress the edges on this anvil with my welder. So suffice to say, I've got all sorts of things in the works, but I haven't really had a chance to accomplish anything. So I got a couple of different projects in mind. I've got like a bazillion of these old bolts, and they look like they might be big enough for me to make some small knives out of. I'd like to test that steel and get to working on that. I've still got some old spring steel hooks on my truck that I want to take off, some tow hooks off the old truck that I wrecked. But quite frankly, I think I'm just going to keep working with leaf spring, because as you can see, I've already got some pieces started and welded to some rebar and slightly pounded down, and it just makes it easy to pick up where I left off and make something out of these. It looks like that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to go ahead and just see if I can, as a transitioning project, just bang out a knife out of this leaf spring again. So here goes. In case you guys haven't figured it out yet, I have no idea what kind of knife I'm making. I'm just pounding on hot steel. I don't want a kind of a small knife. I'm thinking maybe a clip point, 3/4 inch blade, full tang handle. Yeah, maybe. Let's see where it goes. I haven't really done that before, but I don't know. This is, I think this thing's got a galvanized coating on it that's kind of toxic, but I'm not breathing it, so hopefully it'll be all right. I'm going to try to forge out a decent full tang handle. I don't do a whole lot of that, but just having fun. Make the cutoff tool. Well, as far as forging goes, I'm coming to about the end of my current skill level, so I think I'm just gonna straighten it up, I'm going to clean it up and take care of the rest of this knife stock removal. That was a pretty decent forging session. This is the final piece now that I can handle it. I haven't done anything to it since that forging session. I was originally thinking a clip point, but it seemed to get a nice bit of a drop point there that I kind of left. Well, so here's the profile all cleaned up and deburred and from the forging. And, you know, I don't mind it. You know, I definitely was going to do some more work on the handle anyway. But I definitely think I want to go with the clip point style. I think that's going to look a little better. Hopefully you can see in the camera with this knife. So, incidentally, yeah, I'm going to make some adjustments to this profile. I just want to see a clip point instead of a drop point. So, here goes. About you, but that's one of my favorite new handle shapes. Feels good in the hand, looks good to the eye. I think I'm pretty satisfied with that profile. With the preliminary bevels. There's a little bit of a deep hammer mark there on this side that I didn't realize must have still been there from the initial beat down of this piece of leaf spring before I refaced my hammer. This side turned out pretty good, but this side is going to be dang near impossible to get that hammer mark out. But it's supposed to look like a hand-forged knife. Well, that muriatic acid only had mediocre results at removing the forge scale. I wished it had been a little better. I think that muriatic acid might have been getting a little older and spent. I only spent, I used it for other projects. So, but I think maybe for this knife, because I have a slight indentation right there from the forging, and I mean slight. You might not even notice it. I am going to do a little bit of file work on this. This is going to be my first time trying some file work to kind of accent the back side of the handle. I got to do that and drill some holes for the pins before I take it up there to heat treat and maybe try to, you know, do some more hammering on the side surfaces. Okay, so file work finished. At least I think that's as much as I'm going to do. I reserve the option to continue up the spine of this after heat treat, because I'm going to try to leave the spine softer and the edge harder with a differential hardening, either by Hamon or interrupted quench. I haven't decided yet. But here's the major issue I'm working with. There's a really deep hammer mark right there. And I don't know as if I'm going to be able to get that hammer mark out enough so that I can make a more even looking bevel line here. Definitely, I think we're past magnetic now. I like that. You see the way that's, I can hold on to this end, but this end is still frying where water is settling in underneath that cement. That's a good sign. That means that protected that spine very well. Oh, came right off. Look at that. Well, since the clay came off, now I can check to see if it really, oh yeah, that hardened up. Yeah, that's skating the file pretty good. Well, I rushed this knife down to the toaster oven and I tempered it back at 450 degrees for about an hour and 15 minutes. And I don't know if you can see it, but where I kind of scraped off the oil from the edge with the file up there, it's a nice straw color there now. We'll have to see what it looks like after some time in ferric chloride to bring out the Hamon. Well, I've done several different variations on ferric chloride and muriatic acid dips, and I'm learning a lot every time I do these things. I think I'm going to finish on this kind of target gray style of finish. It shows a little bit of the Hamon. It really didn't come out as much as I thought it might. And I don't know, I just sort of expected a little more. But let me do some little cleanup spots here now and try to get it as close to the final look as I can get it without actually putting the handle on it. Well, anyhow, I think I'm done with this blade. You can see a bit of the Hamon there, and I like to leave the forged finish, or at least some of it, to reveal the process. Logo looks okay. The J got lost a little, but hey, it is what it is. But I'm satisfied with this blade, I think. Just need to make a nice handle to go with it, so we'll do that for the next video. Well, this one's getting long and I got a lot of video to sort through for editing. So hopefully you enjoyed the forging of this knife and kind of trying to get it to where it's going to be something interesting. If you like this knife, stay tuned because we still got a handle to do and maybe a sheath. We'll see. See you later.
Running round in circles, I'm just living with the pain. Cried out to Jesus, I say, forgive my soul.